What's up, guys? It's not Monday. It's actually Sunday, and yes, I know it's a holy day. I don't even belong on the internet at this time. Not that I'm a religious person, just that I shouldn't be allowed in public on such a holy day. So what am I talking about? I want to talk about recently the ArenaNet, basically Guild Wars 2 stress test. And honestly, I pulled up Facebook again because I wanted to go and actually read some comments off about what occurred during the stress test. But everything is gone, which I'm glad it is gone, because personally it got to be a fucking circus and there's absolutely no need. Now, I want to clarify exactly to all the idiocy that transpired on Facebook on Guild Wars 2 official page. I want to basically clarify to all the people that are still in the dark and don't have any idea what the hell went on or what is going on or anything like that. Friday, April 13th, ArenaNet put out a stress test. Okay? And Facebook blew up with all these people who think they're so entitled just because they put down $60 on a standard edition copy of the game, or just because they spent $149 for a collector's edition. Why am I not in this stress test? Why is, this way? Why is that way? And honestly, if anybody saw it, if anybody read through the posts on that day or the day after, like I said, I'm on Facebook right now and I can't find it. Of course, I'm not very good with Facebook. It's probably still here somewhere. It's just I'm not seeing it. I've been beta testing for approximately, well, I'm not saying approximately because I don't want to lie to anybody, but I've done my better share of beta tests in the last 8 years. I've beta tested dozens and dozens of games. I've been involved in everything from conceptual to final product beta testing, closed beta testing, phases. I'm always in phase 1, and the honest thing is, I don't even know how I got involved with beta testing. I don't get paid to do it. But it seems like every company and their brother, when they come out with a new game, sends me an email because my name somehow is on some freaking list that, and I don't even know, because these are games I've never even heard of for the most part. And they'll send me a beta invite, and I'll beta test the game. And the feedback that I give, honestly, I think is what garners progressive beta testing. So honestly, it's like, no, I'm not going to talk about Guild Wars 2 or my role in Guild Wars 2 if I even had one. I'm not going to say, I did this or I did that, or I didn't do this or I didn't do that. I'm not even going to breathe a word of that because, like I said, I've been beta testing so long that I don't break NDAs. Now, some people will say, well, you did on your other channel with another game that's currently in beta. And honestly, that's a browser MMO. That's, that doesn't make any difference. But Family Guy Online, I did break the NDA on. And truthfully, I'm still not sorry about it, because Fox is just complete dicks, personally, I believe. They had a longer than a 1-day beta phase back here. We're not even going to talk about that. Let's just say that game is right now absolute fail, and it's not getting any better in the day-to-day progress of it. Truthfully, some guys who have played the beta will probably come on here and snip at me and say, yes, it is getting better, and it is, just a little bit, but it's not groundbreaking progress for the amount of time that game has been in beta. Now, as far as Guild Wars 2 goes, what basically ArenaNet did was, they said, okay, and they've had beta, they've had press beta, they've had friends and family beta, they've had, one closed beta test. And then all of a sudden they said, okay, well, we're going to open up pre-purchase April 10th. And basically all pre-purchase people get to play every closed beta until launch. The BWEs, the beta weekend events. Okay? Now, to do that, to accomplish that, and I'm going to tell you this right now, okay? Now, I've been involved in stress tests before and all this, and everybody on Facebook was saying this bullshit, ArenaNet basically, renamed closed beta test stress tests, and they're excluding us, and people are like, why the fuck don't I have my download link? Why don't I do this? And there's a lot of questions and a lot of speculation going on, okay? A stress test is not a closed beta event. A stress test is basically, it's hard to explain, but everybody, and I can assure you that was in the Guild Wars 2 stress test, again, not saying if I was or not, but everybody that was involved with the Guild Wars 2 stress test, at most, okay, at most, and they did have people in there that didn't know what a stress test was, I can assure that, and those are the people who basically leaked what was going on. But anybody who's ever been involved in a stress test knew exactly what was happening. Okay, basically what a stress test is ArenaNet is getting ready. Think of it, well, let's not even put a thing to it, let's just say it. ArenaNet's getting ready to release the game on a global scale, okay, and they're getting ready to say, okay, we're going to let everybody, and you might as well call it an open beta with wipes, okay, because that's basically what it is. Now, when you put an influx of people into a game, the servers have to be able to handle this influx, or otherwise your servers are going to crash, people are going to get mad, they're going to fucking rage on you and everything. Now, every game company that ever uses servers that comes out and does online product does stress testing, okay? Stress testing is not a beta event. It's not there for you to play the game and have fun with it. ArenaNet wanted the previous beta players, a select handful of them, to come in and basically test. They're going to overload one server, okay, and when they overload one server, they put everything that they have into it just to see how stable that server is, okay. Anybody who actually was involved in the stress test, I can guarantee this, was not able to play the game for even a 5 to 10 minute period. And even if they were, it was more than likely a lot of stuff was blocked off because, like I said, it wasn't there to be played, it was there to be tested. Stress testing is boring, it is bullshit, it gets you angry a lot. I did way back in the day, I stress tested a game that I really wanted to play, just like Guild Wars 2. And it infuriated me because when I was able to log in, when I wasn't in like huge queues, and when I wasn't being connected for fucking 25-30 minutes because the servers are so bogged down, I'd get in and I'd get kicked off a minute or 2 minutes after I got in because everything was basically crashing all around me. And that's the whole purpose of a stress test, is to load a server up and try to crash it. And when you can no longer crash it by conventional means, then the servers are ready. They're ready to go. Okay? I saw a lot of people on Facebook say, oh, it's a failure, because all these people who've never been involved in a stress test before, they're reporting that there's something wrong because I can't log in, blah, blah, blah. How can I test a game that I can't log into? That didn't realize what a stress test was, and then that, of course, threw the community into a panic and an uproar, and things got out of hand, of course, because everybody's saying, oh, they just renamed closed beta test into stress test. That's bullshit. I'm entitled to do this. Honestly, if you want so badly to do a stress test, then you're pretty fucking wanting for something. Now, I understand that we're all excited about Guild Wars 2. We're all just amped about it, okay? But what you have to understand is that Guild Wars 2 isn't just a game that everybody gets to just magically play. Things have to be tested, and things have to be manipulated. That is what this stress test was for, to get all the servers and everything amped up and ready for the first beta weekend event of all the pre-purchasers, to make sure that your experience is as good as it possibly can be, with no hitches in the server and no waiting or anything. Now, honestly, let me ask you a question. Would you rather be excluded from a boring ass 6 to 10 hour stress test? Okay, would you rather be excluded from that where you're probably not even going to get to play for more than 2 minutes at a time. You might not even get out of the character's, creation screen. Would you rather be excluded from that and have a flawless, weekend event where you can play to your heart's content without server issues or anything like that? Or would you rather be included in the stress test and just be infuriated and not even want to play the game anymore? Or would you rather there not even be a stress test and we just go on, basically a whim and just hope everything turns magical, and then basically your beta weekend, your first one where you get to play Guild Wars 2, you just get to the end of the character start screen and then you go to log on and everything, and the servers just ultimately crash. ArenaNet, has to work with the servers and try to get them operational, and they become operational 2 days later because the problem is so deep laid that, it's just because they didn't test it. I mean, seriously, pick your option. Pick your option. A stress test is basically everybody trying to log in all at once. A stress test is something where you're going to sit and look at a launcher for most of the 6 hours that they had up on the thing. A stress test is something where you're not going in there to have fun. Okay, in game development and everything, a lot of it isn't fun. A lot of it is work and just painful times of waiting and having to be very patient for certain things. And honestly, this is a message to the people who are posting on the Facebook wall, because I know some of them are going to come on here and watch, and they're going to want to bitch. And you know what? They're going to thumbs down this thing, because honestly, I'm going to say this right now. If I was ArenaNet and I was responsible for Guild Wars 2, half the things that were said on that Facebook page, I would yank those people's pre-purchase codes, and I wouldn't even let them play. Because I think you all need to apologize to ArenaNet for the shit that was coming out of your mouth. Because it's complete idiocy, first of all, right? The reason why you don't hear about stress tests a lot is because companies usually keep it way in the dark and hire professional, testers and everything to do it for them. But I guarantee you, every major MMO has ever had a stress test. ArenaNet wants its gamers to be happy. And honestly, after like the 800, 900 posts that went up to Facebook, if I was them, I'd feel pretty let down. Especially some of the shit that I read. It made me fucking, just livid at the community. Because, everybody knows that I've watched Game Junkie XL, knows that I am big into the Guild Wars 1 community. That, I love the Guild Wars 1 community, and it's been a community that's banded together and just, been civil about everything. But after all this Facebook shit, I just don't know anymore. I really don't know anymore. I understand we're all rabid for this game, okay? But let's be civil about it. Let's not be like, drawing quarter ArenaNet for absolutely no reason whatsoever. They're just doing their job. So get over yourself. Stop feeling like you're entitled for something. And just wait. You'll get to play it sooner or later. Sooner, actually. By the end of the month, you'll have it in your hands playing it. We're already in 4:15, so it's good. You guys, you were acting like another gaming community. You were acting like other gaming communities. We're not going to mention any games, but most people are going to know who I'm talking about. It's childish and inexcusable. You need to apologize, and you need to seriously rethink your words before you speak them. Because like I said, if I was ArenaNet, I'd pull the plug on this. I wouldn't let any of these people on Facebook even close to my game. Till next time, guys. Peace.